Would you like to overcome the number one thing without question that keeps you from becoming a successful real estate salesperson or any salesperson for that matter? You know what that is? Fear of rejection. Now, one time I was knocking on a buy owner door and a beautiful little girl opened the door and I said, "Honey, are your mom and dad home?" She said, "No, sir, but I would be happy to reject you for them." So that is the biggest fear, a reluctance to approach people either in person or on the telephone. Now, should we just accept that fact that there will be rejections? Yes, but not completely. We want to use each rejection as an education process. If you lose a listing to someone, call that person back. Two reasons. One, if it doesn't sell, then you can stay in contact with that seller. But two, to learn. What was it that that salesperson did to make you want to list with them instead of me? I just want to know. Help me, please. And I think they'll be willing to tell you that. And you restore some of that feeling between you. A lot of people appreciate humility. I lost, but I'd like to learn why. Well, they had a better presentation than you did, and we just felt they were more confident than you were, and they had some ideas that you didn't have. Would you mind sharing a couple of those ideas with me? And then they give you the ideas. They just convinced us that they were the right person. They showed statistics that they had. We've talked about that in a previous video. There's nothing you can do about that. A person has more sales than you do, but there's other things that you can do to overcome that. But the fear of rejection is the biggest obstacle to becoming a successful salesman, and particularly in real estate. So you accept it, but then you go back and examine it. It is part of life. I know a friend of mine, young man, came to our city. He was from another city. And he said, "I'm going to marry Karen Pate." His name was Tim Adams, young man, so likable. You know, any woman to me should have accepted his proposal. But Karen, she had a daddy that really scared most people. Big guy, scared me. But Tim said, "I will not leave this city without her," because he knew that he was the best person for her. Took him 3 years. He moved into an apartment here. He kept going. He kept going. He kept going. Today, they have three beautiful children. They've been married, I would say 30, 35 years. So he knew what he wanted for certain, but he also knew that he was the best person for her. And I believe that too. He was fully convinced and was willing to suffer rejection all that time. So are you? But learn from him. Well, what can I do better? I talked to him a little bit. You can do this. You can do that. I've been married for 46 years. And I remember asking my then future father-in-law, I've proposed to your daughter. He didn't like me. He said, "Well, what'd she say?" I said, she said yes. So fortunately, I didn't have to go through all that Tim Adams did, but I hope I would have and could have. I think I could, even back then, because I was a ball player. My daddy was a coach in Little League, and he taught me to play ball. And one of the things that he told me was when I was 12 years old, he said, Landon, you are better now than I ever was or hope to be. I said, oh my goodness. I was ready to run through a wall. I would do anything for that man. And so that's the way he was. He wasn't college educated, and he loved kids, and he coached kids ball. He was dominant. He could take young, small kids, and he won several state championships. Of course, it's small things, but the principle was he could make a person feel they could do it. And if you feel you can do it, then that is the biggest obstacle that you have to overcome. Now, he trained, he taught, he was good at it, the X's and O's, as they call it. But at the same time, he could motivate. Think about this. Babe Ruth, everybody knows Babe Ruth at one time was the home run king of baseball. But you know what? Babe Ruth struck out more than any other person. But here was his attitude. Every strike I miss brings me one step closer to the next home run. So every listing you miss brings you closer to the next paycheck. That's the way you have to do it. But he believed he was going to do it. That's the next step. And so you have to believe that you are the best person for them. And you have to prepare for that. You have to educate yourself that, and you have to believe that. But you got to be willing to accept defeat. The founder of Honda said that success is 99% failure. You have to improve all the things that you missed when you're making your presentation. One person says, if plan A fails, what do most people say? Well, you go to plan B, right? No. He said there's 25 more letters. You go to C, D, E, F, G, all the way through till you get it, So the best salesmen are those who have been rejected the most. It's not just accepting no, but use it as a launching pad to the next yes. So how can you keep going? As we said, you have to have a fervent 100% belief that you are the best person to list or sell a home. You do that by education. You educate yourself, and you develop qualities. Be honest with a person. Be humble. I know I didn't get this, but please help me get better. And if you do that, you will get better. And every rejection that you have will bring you closer to the next home run. I hope this has helped you. If you want more education, take my course. Thank you.